let the heat out, boyo.
I didn't expect to find you here. What happened?
Her dad caught us in the parlor.
Her dad caught us in the parlor. You need lessons, son.
Sally's a nice girl, though. Nice and common. Common as dirt, like me.
My dear wife spent the evening writing home.
Here, boy. Oh, come in, Arnold.
Morning, Miss Drury.
Arnold. Oh, you naughty dog. That stupid boy's got them all soaked, Mr. Lewis. That's mine, I think, Mr. Lewis.
Sorry. Ta, Miss Drury.
A little read before church.
Your ears off.
Jimmy, I'm trying to better myself now. Let me get on with it, you honorable man. Come on, give it here.
Hey, Jimmy, come on, give me that paper, eh?
Give it to him, for heaven's sake, Jimmy. I can't think.
What do you think? Haven't had a thought in years, have you?
No.
Why don't you leave all that and sit down for a bit? You look tired.
Oh, I won't be much longer.
Yeah, she's a beautiful girl, isn't she?
That's what they all tell me.
Stop shouting. Miss Drury will be up in a minute.
I don't give a damn for Miss Drury. In any case, she's probably in church by now, swinging on those bloody bells.
Why sneer at people who go to church?
Listen, that nice old gentlewoman doesn't fool me, even if she takes in you two. She's a foul-minded robber. She bleeds as white for this place as it is.
What about Mummy? How does Mummy spend her day of rest?
We usually go to
Thank
church.
you, dear Vicar, for the nice, cozy sermon. And then she tramples off over better men's graves, home to an orgy of curry. Mummy and Daddy and Brother Nigel, if he's up from town. You know our Brother Nigel?
No, I don't.
Well, you never heard so many well-bred commonplaces come from beneath the same bowler hat. The platitude from outer space. That's Brother Nigel.
Why don't you dry up, boyo? Wouldn't you say that was our private property?
I like to know when I'm being betrayed. Letters from my mother. Letters in which I'm not mentioned because my name is just a dirty word. And what does she do? She writes long letters back to Mummy and doesn't mention me at all because my name is just a dirty word to her, too. The little woman's family.
God help me, I'll go out of my mind if he doesn't stop in a minute.
Why don't you? That would be something, anyway. Oh, don't let the Marquis of Queensberry Manor fool you. They'll kick you in the groin while you're handing your hat to the maid.
Jimmy, please don't go on.
They're either militant, like her Mummy and Daddy, militant, arrogant, and full of malice, or else they're vague, like Nigel and her. Nigel and Alison. They're what they sound like. Sycophantic, phlegmatic, and pusillanimous.
Big words.
Shall I tell you what they mean?
No, 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 not interested.
Soapy, stodgy, and dim.
Sounds like a musical act. Ladies and gentlemen, those old favorites, your friends and mine, soapy, stodgy, and dim.
Bringing quips and strips for you. For we may be guilty, darling, but we're both insane as well. Ladies and gentlemen, as I was coming to the theatre tonight, I was passing the stage door, and a man comes up to me and he says,
Have you seen nobody?
have I seen who?
Have you seen nobody?
Of course I haven't seen nobody. Kindly don't waste my time. Ladies and gentlemen, a little recitation entitled, She Was Only a Gravedigger's Daughter, but She Loved Lying Under the Sod.
Are you quite sure you haven't seen nobody?
Of course I haven't seen nobody. Will you kindly go away? Can't you see I'm trying to entertain this lady here? The lady pusillanimous.
I can't find nobody anywhere,
Oh,
see
chuck it, chuck it.
Well, then, shall we dance? Come here often, do you?
Only in the mating season. All right, very funny, very funny. Now, let me go!
But until you apologize for being nasty to everyone. Do you think bosoms will be in or out this year, my dear?
Your teeth will be out in a minute.
Good job. All right, then, boy.
Look out, for heaven's sake.
Come here.
No, make it more like I do every day.
Proper coward, you see. You all right?
Well, does it look like it?
She's burnt her arm.
I'm sorry.
Get out.
You think I did it on purpose?
Clear out of my sight.
Come and sit down, Lee. Let's have a look. Ooh, that's going to be painful. What should I do with it?
Oh, it's nothing much. A bit of soap on it will do. There's some in the kitchen. Oh, God.
Come here. Give us your arm. I do it ever so gently. Better? You're a brave girl.
Oh, I don't feel very brave. I really don't, Cliff. I don't think I can take much more. I think I feel rather sick.
All over now. I don't think I could live on my own again, in spite of everything. Pretty rough and pretty ordinary, really. It seemed worse on my own. And you get fond of people, too. Worse luck.
I don't think I want anything more to do with love. Not anymore. I can't take it on.
Yeah. You're too young to start giving up. Too young and too lovely.
I keep looking back as far as I remember. And I can't think what it was like to feel young. Really young. Jimmy said the same thing to me the other day, and I pretended not to be listening because I thought it would hurt him, I suppose. But I knew just what he meant. Oh, I suppose it would have been so easy to say, oh, yes, darling, I know what you mean. I know how you're feeling. It's those easy things that seem to be so impossible with us.
I'm wondering how much longer I can go on. Watching you two tearing the insides out of each other.
You wouldn't seriously think of leaving us.
Oh, what is it, lovely?
I'm frightened.
Jim. How's things?
Lousy. Come on. I got the lot here, boyo. Humbugs, mint lumps, jelly babies, 14 pounds of jelly babies. What do you want to get all those for?
Kids have got a craze on.
They'd better have.
Morning, Mr. Hurst.
Hello, Porter.
Morning, Hurst.
What's this?
You know the regulations. All foodstuffs 18 inches off the ground.
He was just unloading.
These sweets is human food. I could have your license for that. Porter, easy, isn't it? I should be more careful in future if I was you. Not so cocky.
Comrade Hurst, Commissar of the Kinley Urban District Council. Like to kick him in the teeth.
Hey, mister!
Yes?
Mister, 6 pence of jelly babies, please. 2 pence, please.
You see, Taff, you've got to study the market.
Oh, do come here. I hope she didn't make a mess of your nice coat.
No, it's all right. How old is she?
Only 15 months. But she's that big.
Next, please.
She didn't try to eat. Wouldn't you ever know about people?
Just relax a minute. I'll put something on that burn. How did you do it?
On the iron, I was careless.
Does your husband know about the baby?
No.
In the next few months, you're going to depend a great deal on his help and consideration. What's his profession?
He has a sweet stall in the market.
I thought you told me once he was a university graduate.
Doctor, is it too late, I mean, to do anything?
I didn't hear that question.
I'm sorry.
I hope you won't ask it again. Of anyone. Or try to do anything foolish.
I'm getting hungry.
You're a bloody pig.
I'm not a pig. I just like food, that's all.
Like it? You're like a sexual maniac, only with you it's food. You'll end up in the news of the world, boyo. You wait. James Porter, aged 25, was bound over last week after pleading guilty to interfering with a small cabbage and 2 tins of beans. The accused said he hadn't been feeling well for some time and had been having blackouts.
Hey, there's Martana.
Oh, Jimmy, lad, it's good to see you.
Looking wonderful, Ma.
Hello, son. How are you? Keeping well?
Yes, fine, thanks.
Yes. Oh, you have got it nice.
You approve?
Yes.
Does it justice?
You bet.
How long have you got, Ma?
Well, I'm only up for the day. We came up to see my old man's grave.
Well, let's go and have a drink.
Well, can you leave?
Yeah, and a bite to eat.
He's hungry.
All right. He's running off with me.
You want to watch him?
Who's the old girl, then?
She was his landlady. Set him up in the stall.
Oh,
Chin, chin.
Cheers.
Why do you love a port and lemon? Proper char lady's tipple in it. Well, how's everything going, Jim?
The stall's doing fine.
I know that, son. You'll have paid me off soon. I should be able to retire to the south of France.
I owe you a lot, Ma.
You don't owe me nothing, son. You know, sometimes I wondered whether I did the right thing. Oh, look who's here. We was just talking about you. How are you, dear?
Jimmy, I wanted to talk to you.
Here, let me get you a little something.
No, thank you.
No, it's my turn now. Your hubby's been doing the honours up to now. Come on, dear, to back you up.
I don't want to drink, really.
Oh.
Well, perhaps...
Give her a pink gin.
Right. A pink gin.
That's what she's used to.
Jimmy...
You're right on form, aren't you? Look down your nose at her just once more now.
I just couldn't bear to be touched.
You made that perfectly plain.
Did I? Oh, I'm sorry.
She's only here for a few hours. Why don't you go ahead and really spoil them for her?
Ah, dear. Thanks.
What about you, Ma? Not taking anything?
No, better not. This'll do me.
Cheers.
I was just going to have a look at my husband's grave, make sure it's been kept nice.
Oh.
You know, if you don't keep your eye on things, people pinch the flower vases and the grass grows all over the place. I wouldn't like him to think I neglected him.
It's quite a walk to the cemetery up that steep hill.
Yes, especially with my feet, dear. Lummy, look at the time. I better be going along. Good thing you reminded me.
There's no need to go yet, Ma. There's plenty of time.
Yeah, but I got to buy me flowers yet, and I promised my sister I wouldn't be late back. Now, you sit still till you finish your drink.
Well, I really...
She's signing the pledge, Ma.
Oh, wise girl. I wish I'd done that years ago.
This way, Ma.
I'm doing this today on behalf of the poor
Now, who's got nice flowers?
I'll get them for you, Ma.
No, I got to buy them.
All right.
Jimmy.
I'll see you in a minute, Ma.
I went to the doctor this morning.
So I see. Did you tell him what happened?
But I didn't go.
Did you tell him I did it deliberately? I'm terrified of him, Doctor. Can't you think of a nice, quiet asylum where we can safely lock him up? But he needs 2 doctors to certify a person. Better get another before that heals up.
What is it, lovely?
Nothing.
I said, what is it?
You see, I'm pregnant.
2 chalk ices, please.
You don't sell them. Try down there.
Oh, thank you.
Have you told Jimmy yet?
I tried to just now.
Hey, lovely. You've got to tell him.
Oh, you've done wonders with it, son. Now, what's the time?
We've got plenty of time yet.
Well, we had lots of fun, him and me. Being alive, you know. Just being alive. That's enough for an old girl like me. Chewing the cud and having a nip of what you fancy. Wouldn't do if we was all like that, would it, mate, eh? Would it, mate? What do you really want, Jimmy?
Everything. Nothing.
There now, it's going to rain. Look at me keeping you out here in all this. I am sorry.
Oops, a daisy.
He was quite happy in his own little way, you know. He was doing what he wanted. Mind you, I don't reckon he'd ever been an Henry Irving. You know what I mean.
Helena? Yes, that would be perfectly all right. Yes, come along in about half an hour. See you. Thank you, Miss Drury.
Don't thank me. If Mr. Lewis doesn't mind giving up his room.
Oh, no, it's all right by me.
Well, no one seems to care about poor Arnold's supper, do they, darling? Come along.
That was good of you, Cliff.
Oh, forget it, darling. Always wanted to sleep on the landing. Who is this Helena?
Oh, Helena Charles. She's an old friend. She's going to be working at the theater for the next couple of weeks.
Actress, is she?
Yes, so when she telephoned, I needed someone to talk to. Do you understand, Cliff?
All right, darling. Hey, lovely. Does Jimmy know this, Helena?
Yes, he hates her.
I took up a lot of your time.
Goodbye, Ma.
Goodbye.
Take care of
Goodbye,
yourself.
son. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, can you manage?
Fine. Better shift the ladies, I suppose. I mean, if she's a bit proper.
Thank you.
How's he feeling now?
Oh, it's all right. It wasn't anything.
I'm sorry.
There's no need.
I mean it.
I know.
I did do it on purpose.
Yes.
There's hardly a moment when I'm not watching and wanting you. Nearly 2 years of being in the same room with you, and I still can't stop my sweat breaking out, and I see you doing something as ordinary as leaning over an ironing board. Trouble is you get used to people. Even their trivialities become indispensable to you. Indispensable. And a little mysterious. I think I must have a lot of old stock. Nobody wants it. What should we do tonight?
What would you like to do? Drink?
No, I know what I'd like to do now.
Well, you'll have to wait till the proper time.
There's no such thing.
Jimmy.
You're very beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, great-eyed squirrel. Hoarding, nut-munching squirrel with highly polished, gleaming fur and an ostrich feather of a tail. How I envy you.
And you're a jolly super bear. A super marvelous bear.
Bears and squirrels are marvelous.
Marvelous and beautiful.
What the hell's that?
That's a damn squirrels do when they're happy.
What makes you think that you are happy?
Jimmy?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was something I was meaning to tell you.
Alison,
What is it?
your friend. She's arrived. Downstairs.
Come.
What friend?
Helena Charles. I meant to explain. She telephoned. She's going to play at the theater next week.
I see. She said, can I come over? And you said, my husband, Jimmy, if you'll pardon my using such a dirty word, will be delighted to see you. He'll kick your teeth in.
I asked her to stay.
You did what?
Well, she couldn't find anywhere else to stay.
That I don't believe.
So I said she could come here until she fixes somewhere else.
Did you tell her to wear her armor? She's going to need it.
Why don't you shut up, please?
Oh, my dear wife, you have so much to learn. If only something would happen to waken you from your beauty sleep. If you could have a child, and it would die, let it grow. Let a recognizable human face emerge from this little mass of India rubber and wrinkles. Oh, please, if only I could see you face that. You know, I've never had the great pleasure of lovemaking when I didn't desire it myself. Oh, it's not that she doesn't have her own kind of passion. She does. She just devours me whole every time, as if I was some overlarge rabbit, and then lies back like a puffed-out python to sleep it off. That's me. That bulge round the navel there. It's me, if you're wondering what it is. You'd think this indigestible mass would stir up some kind of tremor from those distended, overfed tripes, but not her. She'll go on sleeping and devouring until there's nothing left of me.
Evening, Miss Charles.
Did you manage all right?
I'm quite enjoying it. Oh, I don't think I shall ever get used to having to go down to the bathroom every time I want water for something.
Oh, it is primitive, isn't it? Oh, God, I wish he'd lose that damn trumpet.
Well, I imagine it's for my benefit.
Ray will ask us to go soon. I know she will. Listen to him.
You know, she was actually taking that dog into the bathroom. I think she was going to bath it.
Oh, you mean Arnold? Oh, that's better.
Does he drink?
Drink? Oh, he's not an alcoholic, if that's what you mean.
Oh, that trumpet! Almost as if he wanted to kill someone with it, and me in particular. I've never seen such hatred in somebody's eyes before. It's slightly horrifying. Please go here. Horrifying.
Oddly exciting.
Tell me, why did you?
Marry him. Oh, there must be about 6 different answers. I met him at a party. He'd come there on his bicycle, and there was oil all over his jacket. It had been such a lovely day. Everything about him seemed to burn. His face, the edges of his hair glistened, and his eyes were so blue and full of the sun.
So you took him on?
There never seemed to be any choice. Did he love you? A howl of outrage went up from my family.
Well, you concede a point.
And that did it. He made up his mind to marry me. He went into battle with the axe swinging round his head. Pale and so full of fire. I've never seen anything like it.
A knight in shining armor.
Except that his armor really didn't shine very much. Oh, God, now he started her off. Mr. Porter! Mr. Porter!
Arnold's having a heart attack in his bath. Hey, boy, stuff that flaming thing away somewhere, will you?
You like it all right. Anybody who doesn't like jazz has no real feeling for music or for people.
Rubbish.
See what I mean? You know, I thought of the title of a new song today. It's called, You Can Quit Hanging Round My Counter, Mildred, because you find my position is closed. Good?
Very good.
Glad you like it. If I can slip in a religious angle, it might be a big hit. Don't you think so?
Why do you try so hard to be unpleasant?
What's that?
Do you have to be so offensive?
Offensive? You think I'm being offensive? Now?
She underestimates me, doesn't she?
I think you're a very tiresome young man.
Oh dear, my wife's friends. Pass Lady Bracknell the cucumber sandwiches. I'm going out to the jazz club. You want to come?
Okay.
Chris Barber's second night. What about you? You want to come?
I'm going out with Helena.
That's not a direction. That's an affliction.
I feel so tired. I dread him coming into the room.
Listen, darling, you've got to tell him. Either he learns to behave like everyone else, or you've got to get out of this menagerie. He doesn't know what love or anything else means.
You see that bear and that squirrel? Well, that's him, and that's me.
You mean to tell me he's a bit fey as well as everything else?
Oh, there's nothing fey about Jimmy. It's the one way we have of escaping from everything. A sort of silly symphony for people who can't bear the pain of being human beings any longer.
Won't it work?
Only if you blow it, dear.
Why don't you get in there and liven things up a bit?
And yet the funny thing is, I think I can understand, for instance, how Alison's daddy felt when he came back from India. The old Edwardian Brigade made their brief little world look pretty tempting. High summer, long days in the sun, slim volumes of verse, bright ideas, bright uniform. A romantic picture. Phony, too, of course. It must have rained sometimes. I must say it's pretty dreary living in the American age. Unless, of course, you're an American.
Perhaps all our children will be Americans. That's a thought, isn't it? I said that's a thought. Jimmy, forget about Helena. She's only trying to help.
That unmarried Mother Superior. Black-hearted, evil-minded, and vicious.
Oh, you've done it all. I shouldn't have let you.
Nonsense. You've got to take care of yourself now.
Everything seems very different with you here now.
Does it?
Before I was on my own.
Now you've got me.
Yes.
You're not sorry you asked me to stay?
No, of course not.
Hey, cheer up, boyo. Look like a laxative commercial. Before. Up early today, aren't we?
Wanted to get everything done before I had to go to rehearsal. Alison mustn't tire herself. Looking after one man is enough. The two is quite an undertaking.
Oh, Cliff looks after himself.
Oh, I can't say I've noticed it.
Let's put you in your place, you Welsh thrash. Are you a good actress?
Oh, really?
Well, since we're going to be stuck with you for 2 solid weeks, I only hope it's worthwhile, that it adds to the sum of human happiness. My egg's hard. It's yours?
I haven't seen yet.
Can't cook either, can you? What's this play of yours called?
The Forgotten Heart.
The Forgotten Heart, oh yes. Yes, I remember a penetrating examination of love and personal relationships.
Ran for 2 years in the West End. Could you do that?
The bloke who wrote that was never in a woman's bedroom. Not even his mother's when she found out the truth about him.
Come to the rehearsal this morning, Alison.
Well, I've things to do.
They'll keep.
All right.
What are you two plotting?
Oh, don't you think we've had enough of the heavy villain?
Are you going to let yourself be taken in by this saint in Dior's clothing? Shall I tell you the simple truth about her? She is a cow. I wouldn't mind that so much, but she's in great danger of becoming a sacred cow as well.
Okay. I'll help you wash up before I go.
Slip is showing, dear. Behold the ball that Ben Hogan lost.
Right, I was up all night painting that one.
Hello.
Good morning. My name is Johnny Kapoor.
My name is Jimmy Porter. This is Cliff Lewis. Hello.
Nice market here. I applied for a license.
Let's see your stock. Yeah, sell at these prices?
Yes.
Cheap stuff, eh? Where'd you get it?
From a warehouse.
Yeah?
It is not stolen.
There's your license. Fill it in. And just keep your nose clean, that's all. I got my eye on some of you smart boys. That's right, eh, Porter?
One of these days, you know.
Boy, oh. Let's see what you got here. Jimmy, what about this red shirt?
Match your eyes.
Hello, Cliff.
Hello, lovely.
Can I have some money, Jimmy?
What for?
I'm meeting Helena for lunch.
Well, let her pay.
Don't make me feel like a pauper.
I want you to meet a new friend of mine. This is Mr. Kapoor, my wife. Her family spent many years in India, grew to love the country and the people.
Oh, then I am most delighted.
How do you do?
You two should have a lot to talk about sometime.
Oh, yes, perhaps.
Still the master race? Here. Take Mem Sire for tiffin.
How about this one, then?
Cliff, how's your heart this morning?
What do you mean?
You fancy watching Dame Helena Charles flog herself to death?
Oh, yes. Let's go.
Take sight of my pitch for me, will you?
Yes.
See you, Johnny. Look at this thing. Hey, Fred, come and look at this. Real cheap.
You want to buy?
There are other stalls here, same line of business.
You sit in that great, beautiful, impossible house of yours in Somerset, buried in your trollop.
Who wrote this filthy thing?
But, Anne, I've tried to understand. We could be doing something useful together, Anne. Won't you come back?
Go on, Annie, girl, have a go.
Jimmy, please don't interrupt again.
You'd better go, Henry.
Goodbye, Anne.
Goodbye, Henry.
Curtain.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I was on my way to the theater tonight, I was passing the stage door, and a man comes up to me.
I see, here. Have you seen nobody?
Have I seen who?
Have you seen
What's
nobody?
going on? Of course I haven't seen nobody. Kindly don't waste my time. Ladies and gentlemen, a little recitation entitled, She Was Only a Monkey's Daughter, but my, how she handled her nuts. Thank you. She was only a monkey. Will you kindly go away?
Well, I can't find nobody anywhere, and I'm supposed to give him this case.
Nobody?
Yes.
Jimmy, get out of here!
You was to come here and give this case to nobody.
Now,
let me get this straight, sonny boy. When you say nobody's here, you don't mean nobody's here. Now, let me get this straight, sonny boy. When you say nobody's here, you don't mean nobody's here. Hello there!
Who's that down there? Nobody.
Then give him his bloody case.
Go in here and think you're blind.
Bill,
I'll deal with this.
take
What
you
do
something,
you
it's
mean
not
by
my
this?
fault.
Who are you?
Well, I'm her landlord, Gus.
No.
Yeah, she promised us an audition, me pal and me. She said, come along
Isn't
about
true.
this time. She
Is
fixed
he
it.
your landlord?
No, yeah, I'm staying with them.
Well, keep out of this. Instead of paying us the rent, see, she promised us this audition.
Joke over, boyo, let's go.
No, of course, if you want to change your mind and pay your rent after all, I mean, it's up to you. I know they don't pay you much money in this place, but fair.
No, Jimmy,
Either
it's
me
not
rent
funny
or me
anymore,
charge.
eh?
No,
Jimmy,
no.
come
back here, boyo.
No, we got a good day. I want my lollies. As a member of the delinquent classes, I want my lollies.
Get away.
You impertinent little phony. Messing in people's lives and you don't know what any of it's about. For your own sake, don't ever do that again. I have no public school scruples about hitting girls. If you slap my face, by God, I lay you out.
You would, you're the type.
You bet I'm the type. I'm the type that detests physical violence.
Jimmy, come out of it quick, eh? Jimmy, eh?
One of these days, I may write a book about us all. It's all here. It'll be written in flames a mile high. And it won't be recollected in tranquility either. Picking daffodils with Auntie Wordsworth. It'll be written in fire and blood. My blood. Going out?
That's right.
On a Sunday evening in this town? Where on earth have you got to go?
She's coming with me to church.
You're doing what? When I think of what I did, what I had to endure.
Oh, yes, we all know what you did for me. You rescued me from the clutches of my family and all my friends.
From the clutches of Mummy, at least. You know, Mummy and I took one quick look at each other, and from then on, the age of chivalry was dead.
Don't let's brawl, boyo. Won't do any good.
Why not? It's the only thing left I'm any good at. Jimmy, boy. There is nothing, no limit to what the middle-class mother will do in the holy crusade against ruffians like me. She's probably in that system by now, taking down every word we say. Can you hear me, Mother? Just about fit her in there. You're an old cow, and you ought to be dead.
Shut up! You've no right to talk about her mother like that.
I've every right. Haven't I?
She's an old cow and she should be dead.
Well,
What's the matter with you? Why don't you spring to her defense?
if someone said that about me, she'd react soon enough. She'd spring into a well-known lethargy and say nothing. Well, now. And what's the matter with you?
I just feel quite sick, that's all. Sick with contempt and loathing. You better go, I'll get my things.
What are you trying to do to me? Trying to twist my arm off with your silence? I've given you just everything. You Judas. You phlegm. She's taking you with her and you're so bloody wet you let her do it.
All I want is a little peace.
Peace. She wants peace. One of us is crazy. Mean and stupid and crazy. Well, just is it me? Standing here like an hysterical girl, hardly able to get my words out? Or is it her, sitting there, putting on her shoes to go out with that... One of these days, you may want to come back. I want to be there that day. I want to stand up in your tears and splash about in them and sing. I want to be there when you grovel. I want to be there. I want to watch it. I want the front seat. I want to be there when your face is rubbed in the mud. There's nothing else I can hope for anymore. There's nothing else I want anymore.
There's a call for you downstairs.
Well, can't be anything good, can it?
What is it?
What's the matter with him now? It's as if you've done him wrong. And you just sit there and do nothing.
That's right. They just sit here.
What sort of a man are you?
I'm not the district commissioner, you know. Listen, Helena. This has always been a battlefield. I'm pretty certain that if I hadn't been here, everything would have been over between these two long ago. I love these two people very much. And I pity all of us.
I don't understand you or him or any of it. Listen, Alison, I'm going to call your father. Oh? I'm going to ask him to come up and fetch you home. I see. Now you'll go when he comes for you. Yes, I'll go. Expect he should be here by 4. Perhaps after you've gone, Jimmy will come to his senses and face up to things. Well, come on, we'll be late if we don't hurry. What is it?
Right, Helena. She's had a stroke.
Oh, I'm sorry. How bad is she?
They didn't say much. I think she's dying.
Oh, dear.
You ever seen anybody die?
No, I haven't.
For 12 months, I watched my father die when I was 10 years old. He'd come back from the war in Spain, you see. All my mother could think was that she was married to somebody who was on the wrong side in all things. Perhaps she pitied him. I was the only one who cared. Hour upon hour, I sat in that little room. He would talk, you know. Pour out all that was left of his life to a small, frightened boy who could barely understand half of what he said. All I could feel was the despair and the bitterness, the sweet, sickly smell of a dying man. See, I learned at an early age what it is to be angry. Angry. Helpless. Train leaves in half an hour. You're coming with me, aren't you? I need you to come with me.
Let's go.
brought you these.
Yeah. I want John this. Too many hope and live.
You're not supposed to talk, you know.
Somebody you got to do things in such a mindful.
Nurse.
And let yourself down.
Nurse. Nurse. And quick. Quick.
Don't let yourself down.
Read her side, please.
Stop it.
Know what he said about Mummy? He said she was an overfed, overprivileged old cow.
I see. And what did he say about me?
He doesn't seem to mind you so much. In fact, I think he rather likes you. Poor old Daddy. Just one of those sturdy old plants left over from the Edwardian wilderness that can't understand why the sun isn't shining anymore.
Why did you ever have to meet this young man?
Oh, Daddy, please don't put me on trial now. I've been on trial every day and night of my life for the past 2 years.
But why should he have married you, feeling as he did about everything?
Perhaps it was revenge.
But why you, my daughter? Perhaps I am what is it? An old plant left over from the Edwardian wilderness. I think the last time the sun shone was when that dirty little train steamed out of that crowded, suffocating Indian station, and the battalion band playing for all it was worth. I knew in my heart it was all over then. Everything.
You're hurt because everything is changed. And Jimmy's hurt because everything is the same. Something's gone wrong somewhere, hasn't it?
It looks like it, my dear. This is a big step you're taking. Is it really what you want?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, I was going to come and help you pack, but well, it looks as though you've done it all.
Well, Helena, we may as well go. Alison's mother will be worried, I know. She's not very well.
So sorry. I hope I come back safe with my telephone.
Oh, no, we were very grateful that you did.
Be careful. Step.
Helena, what about your case?
Oh, she isn't coming with us. She's still playing at the theater.
I can't get into my new digs till tomorrow.
Oh, I see.
Hello, Cliff.
Hello, lovely.
Daddy, this is Cliff.
How do you do, Cliff?
How do you do, sir?
Well, I better put this in the car. Goodbye, Cliff.
Goodbye, sir.
Oh, they're coming!
So you're really going then?
Really going, Cliff?
Should think Jimmy be back pretty soon. You won't wait?
No.
Who's going to tell him? Don't you think you ought to tell him yourself? Bit conventional, isn't it?
I'm a conventional girl.
This place is going to be really cockeyed now, you know that.
Please, Cliff. Look after him for me, please. Darling. Take care of yourself. So much for everything. Oh, darling, careful.
Goodbye. Don't worry about anything at all. Everything will be fine.
I hope you're right, that's all.
What do you mean I'm right?
Damn fool! You stupid clown!
Jimmy.
What?
It was Jimmy.
It's him, all right. Here, you give it him. He's all yours.
Oh, no, Cliff, no.
And I hope he rams it up your nostrils.
One of those, is it?
How could she be so bloody wet? Deep, loving need of me. She couldn't say, you rotten swine, I hate your guts, I'm going away, and I hope you rot. What are you doing here, anyway? You better keep out of my sight, all right? I'll kick your head in.
If you'd stop thinking about yourself for just one moment, I'll tell you something I think you ought to know. Your wife is going to have a baby. Well, doesn't that mean anything? Even to you?
If you permit me to interrupt your female wisdom, there's something perhaps you ought to know. I don't care. I don't care if she's going to have a baby. I don't care if it has two heads. Well, do I disgust you? Go on, slap my face. I've just come back from seeing somebody I love very much go through the sordid process of dying. And you expect me to be overcome with awe because some stupid, cruel girl is going to have a baby? Now the performance is over. Now leave me alone. And get out, you evil-minded little virgin.
grace of our Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the fellowship of the Holy Ghost be with us all evermore. Amen.
Darling, have a nice tea. How was it?
It was a funeral. No flowers. No word. No sign.
What do you mean?
I mean, Alison. The injustice of it is almost perfect. The wrong people going hungry. The wrong people being loved. The wrong people dying.
Shan't be long.
Why does one spend half of Sunday reading the newspapers? You read about the grotesque and evil practices going on in the Midlands?
About the what?
Last week, a well-known debutante related how during an evil orgy at Market Harbour, she killed and drank the blood of a white cockerel. I bet Fortnum's are doing a roaring trade in sacrificial cocks.
Sounds madly depraved.
Yeah, it's terribly us, isn't it? Do you ever go in for that kind of thing?
Not lately.
Ah, sounds like your cup of tea. Cup of blood, I should say.
Well, we could try it if you like.
Yes, for a start, we could roast him over the gas fire. After all, the whole point of a sacrifice is that you get rid of something you never really had any use for. You'd make an admirable sacrifice. Afterwards, we could have a loving cup of his blood. Can't say I fancy it much. I've seen it. It's like tomato sauce, ever so common. Now, yours would be much better, wouldn't it? Sort of pale Cambridge blue. What are you laughing at?
Nothing. Never used to be sure when he was being serious or when he wasn't.
Don't think he knows himself half the time. When in doubt, mark it down as an insult.
Wait. I thought of the title of a new song today. It's called My Mother's in the Madhouse. That's why I'm in love with you. Come on, Maestro, take it away. Now, there's a certain little lady, and you all know who I mean. She may have beat a Rodin, but to me, she's still a queen. Someday, I'm going to marry her. When times are not so bad, her mother doesn't care for me. So I'll have to ask her, Dad, 2, 3, 4, don't be afraid to sleep with your sweetheart just because she's better than you. Those forgotten middle classes may have fallen on their noses, but a girl who's true blue will still have something left for you. The angels up above will know that you're in love. So don't be afraid to sleep with your sweetheart just because she's better than you. They call me Sydney just because she's better than you. What's the number? You have been well struck in. I will do terrible destruction.
Oh, my writing case. Been sending some of her things.
My dear Alison, I hope that what I wrote before didn't hurt you too much. I know now it is true, in spite of myself. In spite of myself. I do love him.
She was a jolly super puppy, weren't you, Dinah?
She's 15. We ought to have her put down.
Nonsense, my dear. There's nothing the matter with her. All she needs is a walk.
Feel like coming?
Better not. I don't want to upset Dr. Blair.
He seemed happier the last time you saw him.
I think so. The usual lecture about taking care of myself. But I don't think there'll be any more trouble. He's been kicking like mad today.
He?
Yes, I always say he. I wonder if it'll be like its father. Would Mummy hate it?
You know, I've often thought your mother went too far over Jimmy.
But you didn't approve of him.
Of course not. It's just that... I think you take after me, my dear. You like to sit on the fence because it's comfortable and more peaceful.
Sitting on the fence. I married him, didn't I?
Are they strong?
Well, they're cough drops, you know, not a miracle drug.
You're no flaming faith healer either.
Jimmy, can I have a bit of money to finish shopping?
But of course.
Business slack today?
There's nothing much doing.
Want to go to the pictures? Well, Cliff will look after this shop, won't you, Cliff?
Why not?
All right.
Meet you there in 10 minutes?
You wouldn't take these jelly babies back, you know? Got too many.
The kids had a craze on. Don't like Helena, do you?
You didn't seem very keen yourself once. It's not the same, is it?
Of course it isn't the same, you idiot. Today's meal is always different from yesterday's. The last woman is never the same as the one before.
Inspector! Nylons, he calls them. Look at that, Inspector. There's no foot in it. Never has been.
Inspector, I have not seen this lady before. These are not my nylon.
I warned you, my lad.
Please, Inspector.
Give me a license.
Hey, just a minute.
Shut up, you.
Well, let's hear what he's got to say.
Keep at it.
Let's hear his side. Are you sure you bought them from him?
Yes.
When? When did you buy them?
2 weeks ago, market day.
2 weeks ago?
But
I
never
was
went
sick that
away
time.
until
You
yesterday.
remember?
What's he trying to say?
That he wasn't here to sell them.
Look it up in your record book. Go on.
Well, if it wasn't him, it was one of his friends. They're all the same.
Here, take it.
Stupid clod. Letting him walk all over him like that. What do you want?
Very range bar, mister.
Thank you.
Jimmy. Do you think I should stay here much longer?
Why not?
sweet stall's all right. But I'd like to try something else. Well, you're highly educated and it suits you, but I need something a bit better.
It's your business, I suppose.
And another thing. It'd be easier for Helena, just the two of you. Okay, better go, I know. She'll be waiting.
Yeah, you're all right. I'll come back later to help you clear up. We'll talk about it then.
You can have her. Anything wrong?
Cliff tells me he's leaving us.
Yes, I know. He told me last night.
Oh, did he? I always seem to be at the end of the queue when they're passing out information.
Sorry he's going.
So am I. He's sloppy and irritating, but he's got a big heart. You can forgive somebody almost anything for that.
I love you.
Perhaps you do. Perhaps it means something to have your general lie back in your arms, even though he's heartily sick of the whole campaign. Tired and hungry and dry. Oh, Helena. Don't let anything go wrong.
Oh, my God.
You're either with me or against me.
I've always wanted you all.
Tell Her Majesty to send a gunboat.
Look, if you don't want to watch the film, don't spoil it for those that do. Don't like this country. Why the hell don't they get out?
Think I will.
Good.
God, Jimmy, what's going to become of us, eh?
I don't know.
Do you know what Alison once said? You were born out of your time. Think I know what she means. Sometimes I think you feel you're still in the middle of the French Revolution. Oh, Jimmy, can't you give up that damn sweet stall and do something else?
Such as?
I don't know. There are so many things that you could do.
Such as being a literary gent, Porter the Lion of the Pen Club, Laughing Porter the TV panelist, Lord Porter leaving number 10. The personality cult of Porter. Let's examine it, that glittering, meteoric cause. While the rest of the world is being blown to bits about us, what's the only thing that matters? Me! Me! Me!
Hello? Matter with you?
Kapoor, he's been chucked out of the market.
We've got to fight them. Pinchbottom, Hurst, the town clerk, the mayor himself, the whole fascist gang.
Why? There are plenty of other towns.
Damn it, man. Don't you want to see justice done?
I am most interested in justice, but I am not in the habit of expecting it to apply to me.
Now, listen, Hurst got you in a pure technicality. He tried this afternoon and failed, and...
Go on. What did Hurst do?
You took his license away from him without any real reason. Ever since he landed here, he's been at the sticky end of your personal spite.
Now, listen, sir.
I watched it.
Before you make a bigger fool of yourself, there's something you ought to know. This time it was their complaint. Some of your friends there.
They informed on him?
That's right.
Why? What's the idea?
You don't want him here.
What's he done?
Seen his price, it's something we've got to eat.
You lucky lad. He might have sold sweets.
Kabul!
Mr. Hurst, come and have a drink with us. What do you have? You have a short?
Kabul.
I shall move on now. As I said, goodbye.
What made you come to this bloody country anyway?
I came because in India I was an outcast, an untouchable.
Any idea what you're going to do?
Not much.
Sounds just like you. I shouldn't think you lost 5 minutes without me to explain the score to you.
Shouldn't think so.
You're such a scruffy beast. I bet some respectable little madam will gobble you up in 6 months, marry you, send you to work, and you'll end up as clean as a new pin.
Yes. I'm stupid enough for that, too.
I seem to spend my life saying goodbye.
My feet hurt.
Try washing your socks. Here's your train. You know, funny thing is, you've been loyal, generous, good friend. I'm quite prepared to see you go off and make a home for your own. And, oh, because I want something from that girl which I know in my heart she's incapable of giving. You're worth half a dozen Helenas to me, you know that? If you're in my place, you'd do the same thing, wouldn't you? Right?
Here, Cliff.
Well, thanks, Helena. Very decent of you.
Bye-bye, Cliff. Right now and again, and not just dirty postcards, eh?
Give Mr. Hurry a kick somehow, eh?
Yeah.
Goodbye, Cliff.
Bye-bye, Cliff. Darling, what do you say we get out of this place and start from scratch? What do you say?
I'd say that's wonderful.
Come on, we'll do that. Let's go and have a drink. We'll get pleasantly tiddly, and then I'll take you home and make such love to you as you will forget about anything at all.
Why not champagne?
British Railways special cuvée. Two double scotch, please.
Hello.
Friend of yours, Cecile.
Watch where you're going.
Miss, do you want these drinks?
Oh, yes.
10 shillings. Ta.
Here, I think this is what you need, what we both need.
Thanks.
How long have you been here?
I don't know, an hour or two. I must be mad coming here like this. I'm sorry, Helena. So many times I managed to stop myself coming here right at the last minute. Even today, when I got on the train, I panicked. I felt like a criminal. I told myself that when I got here, I'd turn around and go straight back.
Alison?
What's happened? I lost the child.
I feel so ashamed.
Helena, don't bring out the Book of Rules.
You're his wife, aren't you?
Please don't make me feel like a blackmailer. Whatever made me come here, I never intended to make a breach between you and Jimmy. You must believe that.
Oh, I believe it, all right. That's why everything seems more wrong and terrible than ever.
You talk as though he was something you'd swindled me out of.
You talk as though we were a book of something you passed whoever wants it for 5 minutes.
You loved him, didn't you? You wrote and told me.
And it was true.
Helena, it's no use. You must go back to him. I'll be all right. I'll catch the next train.
Kitty, have the next one with us.
Oh,
and
go
your
away.
friend.
Alison, I don't like to leave you like this.
I'll be all right. Goodbye.
Alison, you didn't have a return ticket.
I forgot. I meant to get one.
Alison, it's all over. Jimmy? I'm leaving. Just come to get my things.
I see. She's persuaded you this time.
Not at all. She's been very ill, Jimmy. She's lost.
My child, too, you know.
I suppose none of this could ever really have worked. But I do love you, Jimmy. I shall never love anyone as I've loved you. But I can't go on. I can't take part in all this suffering. I can't.
It's no good fooling about with love, you know. You can't fall into it like a soft job without dirtying up your hands. It takes muscle and guts. If you can't bear the thought of messing up your nice, tidy soul, you'd better give up the whole idea of life and become a saint. Because you'll never make it as a human being.
It's either this world or the next. I didn't know about the baby. I don't exactly relish the idea of pain and suffering, but it wasn't my first loss, you know.
It was mine.
At that time we first met, Grizzly party. Didn't really notice me at all. I couldn't take my eyes off you all the evening. You seemed to have such a wonderful relaxation of spirit. I knew that was what I wanted. And after we were married, I discovered it wasn't relaxation after all. To relax, you've got to sweat your guts out first. You never had a hair out of place or a bead of sweat anywhere. I know I'm a lost cause, but I thought if you loved me, it didn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. I was wrong. I don't want to be neutral. I want to be a lost cause. Don't you understand? It's gone, that helpless human being inside my body. I thought it was so safe and secure in there, but it's lost. All I wanted was to die. I was in pain, and all I could think of was you and what I'd lost. I thought if only he could see me now, so ugly and stupid and ridiculous. I thought, this is what he's wanted from me. This is what he wants to lash about it. I'm in the fire and I'm burning, and all I want is to die. It's cost him his child and any others I might have had.
No, don't. No, but please don't. I can't. No, don't. Please. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. We'll be together in our bear's cave, our squirrel's dray. And we live on honey and nuts. Lots and lots of nuts. You keep those big eyes on my fur and help me to keep my claws in order, because I'm a bit of a soppy, scruffy sort of bear. And I'll see that you keep that sleek, bushy tail gleaming as it should, because you're a very beautiful squirrel. But you know, you're none too bright either, so we'll have to be careful. Cruel steel traps everywhere. Just waiting for rather mad, slightly satanic, very timid little bears. Right? Poor squirrels.
Poor bears. Poor bears.